Back 6:40 right now. It's the talk of our state this morning. A court of appeals upheld gay marriage bans in Michigan and 3 other states. And it looks like the Supreme Court will have to chime in now on same-sex marriage after all. Here's what Ruth Bader Ginsburg said just weeks ago.
There is a case now pending before the Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit. Now, if that court should disagree with the others, then there will be some urgency in the court taking the case. But when all of the courts of appeals are in agreement, there's no need for us to rush to step in.
Well, there's reason now, apparently. Here we go. Court officials say defining marriage is better done through the political process, not in the courts. And now on Daybreak, we're talking with Cooley law professor Curt Benson about what the next steps are here moving forward. Let's talk about this, Curt, because there are a lot of appellate courts so far that have ruled to basically lift the ban on gay marriage. In this case, this appellate court ruled to uphold the ban on gay marriage. What gives? Why did they go against these other appellate courts? What's different about this case?
Well, each judge is an independent entity, and this Court of Appeals sits in panels of 3. Okay, there's 28 judges on the Sixth Circuit. They sit in panels of 3, and 2 of the 3 judges who are looking at this said, in our estimation, this is not, the ban against same-sex marriage does not violate the Equal Protection Clause of the United States Constitution. Better leave it to the political process. Marriage, the definition of marriage is traditionally a state thing, and the federal government has no business getting involved in how a state defines marriage.
Well, that's what they say, but now that's basically forced the hand of the Supreme Court here. They're going to have to take it. So their decision really kind of forces it into the courts rather than leaving it out. Well,
you can read from the opinion that they understand it's going to be reviewed. Both the majority and the dissent took time to write a very long, very scholarly opinion. But yeah, as Justice Ginsburg said, the United States Supreme Court didn't have to take the marriage cases. They surprised a lot of people by turning them down. But they didn't have to take them because there was no conflict. The Supreme Court usually only accepts a case because they have the discretion to decide what to take.
Now we've got the conflict. How soon are they going to take this up? Is this something that they could just continue to ignore, or is it something they could take up in a week?
Well, certainly in theory they can ignore it all the time if they want. But I expect they'll take it up fairly quickly. I think what the petitioners will do is they'll probably petition the Supreme Court fairly soon. The court could theoretically accept the writ, schedule oral argument, issue a decision no later than June or even July. I would expect they'd kick it over to the next term because that's kind of fast. By Supreme Court actions, that's lightning speed.
Yeah, that sounds like it. I mean, if they were able to do that here. So realistically speaking, I mean, they could obviously do it now.
They could.
But you're thinking next term, and that means what, a decision next year?
Then, yeah, the decision would come a year from summer. But, you know, this is a matter of great and public importance. It wouldn't surprise me if they did it that quickly. But I would suspect that they would wait a year.
Okay, so they take it. Let's say they have this sort of thing. Who argues the case? The same people who were involved in the appellate court?
The exact same people. Attorney General Schuette from Michigan, the attorney generals of the respective states, Tennessee, Ohio, and Kentucky, who are also involved in this decision.
And who argues the other side then?
The same people have been arguing now. The plaintiffs, the 2 women in Michigan, for example, their attorney who want their marriage recognized by the state of Michigan, their lawyer will argue it. So it'll be the same players.
So we're kind of shaping up here for another landmark decision to come out of the Supreme Court.
We knew this had to come. In fact, you know, I'm not saying that the Sixth Circuit did this on purpose, but they knew that this is going to get before the Supreme Court eventually. So to a certain extent, it doesn't matter what they say. The Supreme Court's going to have the benefit of their scholarship. They're going to have the benefit of all the other decisions that came up. They've let it percolate through the lower courts for a while. Law professors have been writing articles about it. So by the time it gets to the Supreme Court, it's ripe. There's really little more research to be done. There's little more scholarship to be done. It's all right there for the court. It's now their job to sit down and take this all in and come up with a decision.
So all the other stuff that's led up till now doesn't matter so much. They'll make that one decision in that moment.
Exactly right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time here, Curt. It's 6:45 right now. We're going to be following this story, of course, throughout the day here, throughout the weeks and months. Look for updates and the complete ruling on our website. It's allatwoodtv.com. Emily?